What's up, YouTube? Double R here, RC Richie. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of 100 grams or better. Yep, finally got her done. We're going to go over all the details of this build. And the main reason why this thing held me up is this had a hardware issue. So basically, if you see my previous video, having driven this since about 2 weeks now. And the very first test run with the K10 body, we had this very front 14 millimeter 1.4 shear off. So that created an issue. So I was unable to get that sheared screw out. So we had to order some knuckles. Knuckles came. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but the OGRC knuckles did not have that screw for the front. So again, sourcing out hardware. Those who know, that 14 millimeter is a very hard screw to find. Luckily for me, I found Little Guy. They have a screw kit. So, you know, me so eager, I went ahead and got their hardware kit. Little did I know, not paying attention, reading the website states if you want to add any more different sizes, and I'm already thinking that it had the 14 millimeter included. Long story short, it arrives, it does not have it. But we went ahead and ordered it. Luckily, I went back on their website. They had one left. Unfortunately, it was in silver. My previous kit that I just ordered was in gold. Those who know, if anybody that's new to building crawlers, one of the very first things you're going to want to do is get you a hardware kit. I learned that the hard way the very first time I started to build something with a new chassis, and I had to do some ordering. So I wound up ordering a screw kit, a nut kit, and like I said, at the end of the day, this was a very exclusive screw size. This is a 14 millimeter. It is definitely useful. I mean, it will definitely be useful for rear truss upper mounts. You can use that for. You can also use it for outboarding links. And definitely you can use that for that front steering knuckle. You see we have quite a bit of height in there. Maybe if you go with a different steering assembly, you won't have to worry about such a long knuckle. I know SCX makes one that taps in right here, but I kind of like this setup. But this is not the very first time it's happened to me. It's happened to me before, and I think with me, my issue is I just have a problem with over tightening things. I'm just want to make sure that it doesn't back out, and that creates a metal on metal friction and bind that doesn't give any movement. So what goes next? Well, the screw snaps off and shears off. So yeah, now my new process is to put it in with Loctite, tighten it all the way down, and then just back it off a little bit. Let it set. But yep, back to this. Thank you, Little Guy. Here she is. This is an 80s inspired C70 Overlander. But I'm calling it a Rocklander. See, we got some accessories. Picked these off of Etsy. Painted them. We got the cooler. Magnetized. Got some beers in here painted. Got some rope. Painted up propane tank. That's glued in. And we have a bedroll. Got the traction board. Spare tire up top. Got the KC lights. Went ahead and threw some back windows. We got the back one rolled down, got some dirt on there. Try something different this time with the bird poop. See, we got the different color berries in there. You know, bird poop is always a bunch of different colors, but it's always kind of like that white color first. Got some on the side. We got that window up. And I decided not to put the windows, any windows for the driver or passenger. Actually allows me to pick up the body better. But yeah, man. Of course we did my multi-stage paint job. Some sanding. Weathering. Ever since I got that weathering kit from Power Hobby. From Hobby Lobby. Man, you gotta take that thing away from me. Because that thing is clutch. And it's very easy to do weathering with it. And everything is followed up with a clear coat of matte. But yeah, here she is, man. This is the heaviest one so far out of my 3D printed bodies. I'll give you Zartan. Yeah. Those who know. I was born in 75, man. G.I. Joe, again, one of my favorite cartoons. Zartan was a master of disguise. Had like an Australian accent. He was the leader of the Dreadnoks. One of my favorite characters. Yeah. See, we got the cracked windshield. That's my new little thing I like to do now with the spidering web right there. I don't know why I keep favoring this side. I got to put it on the driver's side, but I don't want it to inhibit the driver. Not like it matters. He's already going pet detective with the windshield. Stick his head out the window. But yeah, we got the front headlights painted. This body came just like this. I didn't do any trimming to it yet. My thought process was to see if we had any issues, and I've only driven it a couple times. And the cutouts are perfect on it. This is actually a 155 Echo, which is right here. Was sized up to a 160. And you can definitely see a difference when I lined them up. Yeah, if I was going to do any trimming, like I said, I kind of like the look of it. I mean, it's an 80s C70, man, so you got to keep all them square edges. But I thought about just right in here, kind of meeting with the back right here and smoothing it in. But you guys can let me know in the comments what you think. But yeah, man, I absolutely missed this platform. You seen the video? I just got the budget Go Up RC, pancake style, brushless. And I've only gotten into this a couple drives so far, man, but I gotta say I'm pretty impressed with this thing. Definitely impressed with it. But yep, this is the setup. This is a Punishment RC chassis. We set up in Gladius length, meaning 160. 3D printed links. Got the OGRC axles. My first diff cover that I made actually popped off. I need to make another one. This one stayed on because I actually used better glue. So you need to make another one. Those are bottle caps. Bottle nubs underneath the bottle. Got the PTK servo. Love this servo. This thing is very strong. I think it'll compete with anything that's out there. just about pound for pound for the price. Can't beat it. But yep, like I said, this is my heaviest body. And each one, man, I'm getting a lot better with the detail. Look how clean this is. Not to mention, we have another headliner. Look how clean that window is. We even have, those who know, had vehicles from the 80s. When the damn headliner starts to come down, you can kind of see it in there. As a kid, I will always play with the headliner. There was always that foam underneath there. You could put your fingerprints in it. My dad would hate that. Yeah, got a nice tan headliner. Oh yeah, my last little detail also. We got the emergency. You can see it back here on the back wall. Medicinal kit. Painted it green and white. But yep, let's see the weight. I know this video is going real long. I'm running my mouth. But like I said, she is heavy. There we go. 150 grams exactly. Let's start her up. I'm running on the GT5. Listen to the sound this thing makes too. It's pretty cool. But yeah, man, this back to this brushless setup. This thing is pretty nice. There's a small little window, depending on, I guess, what kind of remote you're using, that you'll get the little stutter. But once I find the sweet spot where that's at, I can just go right past it. As soon as I see it doing it, I can just give it a little more throttle input. I don't know about you guys, man, but finger modulation is very big with crawling. If you can't control your finger, you're not going to make any crawl or slow crawl. I don't care what kind of setup you have. If you're heavy with your finger, you're just going to be heavy with your finger. You're going to be... Sounds nice too. Metal gears, can't beat it. No label queens over here. I go with works. If it works, it works. I'm gonna let you know it works. I'm not gonna bullshit around it. But yeah, let's get the total weight with the body on as well. With the rig. Ooh yeah, she feels nice. Also, I forgot to go over the wheels. If you saw my previous video, these are heavy Endura brass weighted wheels. I believe I am running, I want to say the heavy rings all the way around. I'm not sure if the rear are bias. And we are running silicones inside these. But these are that new DJ Crawler compound. And I gotta say, so far, they're pretty good. They're made from butyl rubber. I believe the Recon series. And these are in a 55. 55 by 22. Definitely fits this build perfectly. So far, I've seen no rubbing. Another thing, I got my endpoint set up to a certain point. I know there's more to be had in there. But this thing turns so, man, this thing is so sharp. But again, I get off track very easily. It's my medicinal. 717 grams. Woohoo! Zartan, you a big boy. All right, let's go over to Mount Richmore. See how she performs. Just because you have 100 grams or more body doesn't mean she can't perform. So let's see if that is true with this. All right, let's get it. Okay, here we go. Zartan, C70 Rocklander. First one on YouTube. Let's go, baby. I'm running bands in the front, and I had bands in the rear. I kind of like the bands in the rear, but it was felt like it was still kind of lifting a little bit, but right now we have no bands in the rear, so let's see how she does. 20 weight, 39 millimeter shocks. Whoa, where you going? Watch that wheel. This is one of those spots where you gotta make the turn right, but not with these axles. Accessories look good in the back. We got a little bit of road hazard. Somebody left some giant pliers on Suicide Ridge. Must have been God. Good job, Zartan. Man, I gotta say, I definitely have brushless setups, but this is definitely the quietest, and it was the cheapest. Okay, I gotta pay attention because this might flip here. You saw it there, just unloaded. Ooh. Got out of that. Tripping over my vacuum wire. Come on, bitch. One thing about this 20-degree skid, that's always a problem right there for a lot of rigs. Getting over that hump right there. You gotta excuse me if my angles are weird. I'm using my GT5 and I tell you I don't like the way this mount is set up. This is another part coming down here. Let's see how she unloads. Look at that rear shock right there. You can see it starting to unload a little bit. Right there. This is the part where it likes to flip as well. Yeah, I think I still might want to run that rear rubber band. Save that. That's that dreaded dip right there. I hate it. I actually did some trimming on it, but it's still steep though. It's not, you know. Because of these axles, I'm able to get this turn right here all the way sharp, which is crazy. This part right here too, super steep. Definitely did it better with the rubber band. Let's see how she does now. You need to take a little slower. Yeah, like that. HOG. See, that's the one thing that always frightens me about 3D printed bodies. When you take spills like that, man, something's bound to break. All right, HOG. But yeah, matter of fact, while I'm here, let me just pause the video real quick, throw the bands in the rear. Okay, we back. I got some bands in the rear. Let's see if it makes a difference. So you guys can see the night and day. What'd I say? What'd I say? Just playing. Take it over this very top piece, the highest part. There's another part right here where we'll unload as well. Man, that thing looks mean. See, right there. It's got stuck in the wood. Excuse the pliers again. Head on over to Dark Ridge. That back wheel just came off. I got lucky. Right here too will be another spot where it would unload at. Much better. Alright, last line. The A-frame. Set this up. But yeah, man, I gotta say, these beautiful rubber tires are pretty good. Not to mention, they're so cheap on the website. I believe when I got them, they were $8 for all four. I went back again. They were on sale for 7 something, I think, or 7. Who does that? Haven't crossed, can't trust it in a while. Oh, get out of that. Sorry, guys. HOG. But yeah, there you go. Zartan. Man, this thing looks mean. 80s inspired C70 Rocklander. 100 grams or better? What do you think? No problems. It's all about how you set your rigs up. Don't let the weight be an issue. Scale them out, weigh them out, but just set your rigs up right. I think I'm gonna have me a beer. Alright, y'all. Catch you on the next one. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Takes you a second, means the world to me. Deuces.